right, we had kind of a softball yesterday, and today we have a curveball for Mr. White Rhino, Brian, who has joined the ranks of supporter of the cause. Brian, thank you so very much. This throws us in interesting directions sometimes, and sometimes makes us go. But yeah, today we're doing Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News off the Parker Lewis Can't Lose soundtrack. That's not true, but every time I see Abraham Ben-Ruby on TV, I always go, "That's Kubiak!" And everyone says, "What on earth are you talking?" Yeah, I wrote his name. I didn't know his name. I looked it up for this. Yeah, one of those shows that I want to go back and watch to see if it's as cool as it was when I watched it. But that and My Two Dads. Anyways, let's get on with it. All right, for the intro, the band's playing power chords. Now, I didn't go through videos of Huey Lewis and the News to check all their positions and stuff. So for some of these things, the chords will be right, but if you're going to argue with me that he played F up here instead of down. But the first part's definitely power chord. C, that's the third fret of the A string. Power chord just in case. A3, and then D5, G5, the shape never changes, it just moves around. So when we go to E, the second one, our shape remains the same, except we don't need our pointer finger, right? So open E string, A string 2, D string 2. C, E, I'm using my pointer finger, F, G. Now the bass uses B to slide back into C. I don't think the guitar uses a B power chord. It sounds a little clunky to me. You can do it if you want. You could do this fancy thing, which is like take your C power chord and lower both roots by 1 fret. So we got A2 and G4 with ring finger remaining on D3. That's a smooth slide, but yeah, I'm gonna use a single note to slide in. Stops on the G. There's a synth going, which you can kind of sort of approximate pretty darn well on the guitar. I've come up with this. Do a D shape on 7 and 8, and then we're going to move into a mini, these are triads, just 3 notes per little chord here. So a little mini F shape on 8, 8, 9. So, and then we're going to do a D minor shape 2 frets higher than where it belongs. So 3, 4, 5, and moving into a D shape on 5 and 6, and that's your synth part, approximately. 1, 2, 3. Forgot. Okay. Having trouble with this. One more time, just to make sure. Yeah, cool. That's the intro. All right, the verse is all one thing for the lead guitar, the only guitar, and it's kind of zen. So grab with your ring finger and your pinky finger on the 5th fret of the D and the G strings. Your pointer finger is going to end up needing to bar the thinnest 4 strings, so just put it there in preparation for the next move. You're going to see how kind of like, pat your head, rub your tummy, this thing is. And so go on those 2 strings. 5, 5, 3, 5, or 5, 3, 5. I like that rhythm better. Doesn't matter. And then your pinky's going to come off, and your middle finger is going to go to the B string 4th fret. So we have like what looks like a little A minor 7, right? A minor with the G string open. But what it really is an E flat. If you put your pinky finger there, it'd be a C-shaped E flat. But so we're not going to strum the A string, just the 4 smallest strings. And you're going to go take the ring and middle finger off, back on, slide up 2 frets, and then go back from whence you came, and then do the fingers on, fingers off thing. Very technical terms here. So, nice and slow. And the rhythm here changes. But when that middle finger goes down and that pinky finger comes off, I feel very coordinated. Thank you, Brian, for making me feel coordinated. Yeah, have fun with that one. chorus is the same as the intro, yay. I forgot the rhythm. Yeah, I forgot the rhythm. Got it, silly. So C, F, G, B, C, E, F. It's just the same, but then at the end of the chorus it goes B flat. I'm going to keep my power chord on the same string, and I'm going to move it up to the 6th fret. F, and on G. Or is it F? It's fast. Yeah, there you go. So B flat, F, G. All right, bridge. First chord, E flat major. There's a key change. We can't cheat our way capo style using just open chords. So E flat major, 6th fret of the A string, 888 on D, G, B. So then G major, but don't do the open chord because the next chord, 3, 5, 5, 4, is C minor, which is the same exact shape that you have now, but move everything down towards the floor by 1, and it's C minor 7 in the song. C minor 7, doesn't matter. They're totally interchangeable. Do whichever you like, but take your pinky finger off for C minor 7. And then F. Now, G sharp. I'm mixing flats and sharps. Shame on me. 4th fret, major bar chord shape, the one we just did for G. E flat, I should say D sharp, or A flat here. Are we confused yet? Twice, and then A flat, and then G, but switch it to a regular F shape here because we're gonna sus for it. With your pinky on the G string 5th fret. So here's the whole bridge. I'm gonna say E flat and A flat. E flat, G, C minor, F, A flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, A flat. One or two, listen, you know this song. You requested it. And then G sus, G regular. Something really neat happened when I forget what I was gonna say. Darn it. I remember the bridge was a little tricky to figure out because when they play E flat, the first chord of the bridge, the bassist is playing E flat, but for the second chord, the bassist plays 1/2 step down D. This is one of these ways that bassists can make things feel different. Had the bassist gone boom, 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 it would have felt different. But here's why he did that. He played obviously the root of E flat. When he played D, that's the 5th of the G chord. Here's our root G, here's our 5th D. So yeah, roots, thirds, and fifths. Let's learn music theory. Bassists and the fun they can have. In fact, in the second half of the bridge where I said A flat, E flat twice, the bass is going A flat, G. Now if you look at obviously he's playing the root of the A flat, but if you look at your E flat chord, there's a G in this chord. It's the 8th fret of the B string. 12th fret's the octave. So B, counting down A, G. There it is. Here's another spot where, actually I'm not even going to bother to go looking on the internet because I think there will be lots and lots of confusion about that, given the guitar's kind of playing these ambiguous triad-y things. But if you want, you could play A flat, G minor, the last time is definitely that. But you can sing it over either, so I would encourage you to do whichever one sounds better to your ear. You can switch it. That's all I have to say about that. And yeah, that's it. The solo's in C minor pentatonic, not E minor. Weird. Okay. Yeah, but remember, I told you to think of this as a C-shaped E flat. Our verse, which is what the solo is over, is in E flat, right? So E flat, when you're looking for your minor pentatonic to use, you're looking for 3 frets below the key of your part. So 1, 2, 3. played 4 notes, but the first one was clearly on the starting point. There's C. So now we find C on the E string, and we do our minor pentatonic. 8, 11, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 8, 11, 8, 11. And the other way to easily figure that out is the thing that I told you to think of a C-shaped E flat. Looks an awfully lot like a C minor, so there's another clue for which pentatonic. But one move that you hear there is put your pointer finger on E and B8, and put your ring finger on G10, and bend your G10. This is an extension of my 2 becomes 1 move, not mine, but I call it that. If you bend G10, it becomes the same note as B8, and then you throw that E string in there too. Awesome. Brian, thank you. Everybody else, I hope you enjoyed that one. That was not one that made me go, yeah, that was kind of fun. I liked that. So, another one for the Guilty Pleasure Fun Songs playlist. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time with more stuff. Have a wonderful Saturday. Goodbye.